Hey guys, it's Sid here, and this is my first video on an actual topic. So today we're going to be talking about why I don't trust the government. Everything from ancient aliens to modern day poison. And I've got some notes I'm going to be glancing at as I'm talking to you guys. At the end of the video, I'm just going to tell you now, there's going to be possibly a voiceover. I'm going to have to figure that out after this. But there's going to be a bunch of pictures, not too many, but 70, 80 something pictures at the end with more proof on this stuff that I'm telling you now about why I don't trust the government. First big thing is just they're disinforming us and hiding information from us. There's this picture that's sort of viral on the internet, and it's of William Casey, a former CIA director, and it says, "We'll know our disinformation program is complete when everything the American public believes is false." So that sounds shady, right? This was back in 1981 in February in a meeting in the Roosevelt Room in the West Wing of the White House, supposedly. This lady says she was actually the source and told this other lady, said to make it anonymous, and then it went a little viral. It was him answering the question, what is your goal as CIA director? And he said he wanted to disinform all of us. So, I don't like him. I don't like most of those political dudes. But not only just that, they're hiding our star family from us. There's definitely extraterrestrial life out there. Ronald Reagan knew about it. President Eisenhower knew about it. They tell all the presidents, I assume, because there has been little blippets of quotes from them. Reagan, especially, and Eisenhower's family talking about how, his daughter would be oh yeah, my dad would talk about how he met the aliens and stuff. I know people could just be saying that, but that definitely, it adds up with how much it keeps popping up there. And another big thing is NASA. This dude from NASA literally said that he believes not only in aliens, but he believes that you don't have to be in carbon-based bodies. Silvano P. Colombano, I can't speak. But he said, "I simply want to point out the fact that the intelligence we might find, and that might choose to find us if it hasn't already, might not at all be produced by carbon-based organisms like us. So we're in carbon-based bodies for now, but hopefully we're going to be in crystalline structures soon." And he thinks other beings don't have to be made out of elements like here. We literally have dogs and cats here, we've got insects, we've got elephants, tigers, bears, oh my, there's so much here. It wouldn't make sense that it's just all made out of carbon other places. We got methane on Uranus and Neptune, and we have planets that rain acid. So there's gotta be other bases of life forms that aren't just made out of carbon and hydrogen and nitrogen. Just makes sense. And the government actually is hiding this greater energy from us. There is these things called orgone accumulators. They're devices that collect and store this energy that is supposedly in all living things, and it's just in the universe, and it heals, it improves the general health, and it can even possibly control weather, which is pretty crazy. But it's basically just a crystal or a stone, and this guy, Wilhelm Reich, actually discovered it. And there's this other picture that's basically viral on the internet, man finds cure to cancer and government kills him. He lived 1897 to 1957, so not a really full life there, just over middle aged, and he was friends with Sigmund Freud. He was in Europe at first. He was born in Ukraine, and then in 1922 he was at the Vienna Psychoanalytic Association, and then he became like his private assistant of Sigmund Freud's, and they were working together. Like, they both have a ton of books out about all things in your mind, subconscious, unconscious. They were like the real first real psychologist, big dudes out there. And he even visited Albert Einstein with this when he finally had this creation of the orgone energy, and he said, like, I want to meet Albert Einstein and see if he thinks I should test this. And then Albert Einstein's like, yeah man, test it. And like, it's starting to work. And then he moves to America, and then in 1947, the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, starts getting on his ass about it, and they start like investigating him. And then they spent about $10 million investigating this dude after like almost 10 years of investigation. And then they finally, this dude said he clearly remembers the FDA telling his dad, find something like to get him for, like, say this box is just a box, prove that this box is just a box, talking about his like big giant crystal orgone energy box that like cures cancer. And they didn't want to like investigate it, see if it was real. They just wanted to prove that this was just like fake and he was ripping people off. And then when his assistant moved some of his books across the state line, he apparently violated some court order that like he didn't even know about, and then he was sentenced to jail time for like 2 years. And he wasn't even in jail a year, like almost a year. And then right before, 2 weeks before his last trial date, congestive heart failure. Really, I don't know about that, but that's what it said. So, okay. How you want to be. I don't know, man. The government just seems shady. My whole life, like, look up at the sky. What's that line? Like, whenever you look at the sky, you see lines from planes, and it's like, it's just like, it's gas, it's exhaust, okay, but like, why has it been there like so many hours? I don't know. Maybe it's just science, bro. Or maybe it's like the poison they're spraying on us to brainwash us even more. Because, I mean, they poison our water, so I wouldn't be surprised if they poison the air, too, at this point. Ever since 1945, Grand Rapids, Michigan was the first place they did this, right by where I'm from. They started putting fluoride in the water. And now the FDA hasn't even approved fluoride, but yet the government starts, like, totally spiking our water with it. And they put 1 ppm in it first. I don't know what a ppm is, but in 1962, the Public Health Service recommended that it contains between 0.7 and 1.2 milligrams per liter of drinking water. So then, by 2008, it was in 72% of the U.S. populations. If you had public water, it was fluoride. That's just scary, because it calcifies your pineal gland, and I'm gonna do a video on this, but it's the most important part of your body, in my opinion. Like, your brain's important, your heart's important, but your pineal gland, man, that is like your access to your divine power and remembrance and connection to source. And it's just like the gateway. It's literally your third eye. It's the only other part of your body besides these two eyes that contain rods and cones. And it's in every culture, just like all these mummified aliens that you'll see at the end of the video. They were found all over the world. But it calcifies your pineal gland. And it doesn't just do that, like, it can actually hurt your teeth. Like, they put the fluoride in the water because it helps tooth decay. A little bit. Like, you can get fluorosis, and, like, literally 40% of American teens have dental fluorosis. It's like pitting and like staining and like chalky appearance like of your teeth because too much ingestion of fluoride while your teeth are still developing. Because you can't control how much fluoride you get if you're putting it in the water and like food, and if you offer to get fluoride treatments like extra poison, what? No, thank you. I don't want that. But people get it, and people do it because they don't know any better. It literally, the fluoride wasn't adjusted. The fluoride levels weren't adjusted until 2015, because that's literally after 2012, after like one of the big awakening eras. And I would say this is another big awakening era now, so I'm presenting this info to you. So I hope you choose to get like some fluoride-free toothpaste, so if you brush your teeth more than like twice a day, if you get like that third and fourth crazy extra cleaning time in there, like maybe use the fluoride-free, because you can also get like skeletal fluorosis, where you can like fracture your bones, and you can also get like joint stiffness. It's just not good. You don't want that. Poisoning our water, possibly poisoning our air, like Alexa said. Amazon Alexa, when she first came out, this was this thing that went viral. People would be like, Alexa, what are chemtrails? And she would say, chemtrails, trails left by aircraft, are actually chemical or biological agents deliberately sprayed at high altitudes for a purpose undisclosed to the general public, in programs directed by government officials. That sounds creepy, Alexa. But after that like went a little bit viral, Amazon like changed her response to that real quick. Just makes me think they're up to some shady shit. That's what I got. There's gonna be some pictures at the end of this video, but I don't trust the government. The main thing being the ancient aliens, which I'm also gonna do another in-depth video on. But literally, look at like the things built in Egypt. You need like power tools for that. Like, you got perfectly round holes. You have stuff cut through some of the toughest stone. Like, if they started back then, they should still be doing it now. Like, those pyramids shouldn't be built yet. Like, they should still be working on them. It would take them that long. But they had to have extra help, extraterrestrial help, extraterrestrial intelligence and technology for that. Come on, you guys. You're naive if you're just gonna drink their poison water and breathe their poison air and be their little guinea pigs in this society they threw you in. From the second you were born, they gave you this number. I'm talking like mainly about the United States, because that's where I am. That's where I get like most of my information from. That's what I see. But all around the world, I'm talking about, they're putting stuff in your head. Like, I hope that people wake up and realize that you can't trust anyone, and you have to evaluate everything for yourself. Everything. Just, it's not that hard. Think about everything before you let yourself put that in your memory as true. Put it as, oh, I don't know yet. Gotta test it. Gotta see for myself. Gotta see my own experiences first. Then I'll see what I feel, what I can conclude from that. Just remember that you are a divine, infinite being of love and light, and you have lived many lives, and your energy is other places right now too. The government doesn't want you to know that extraterrestrial beings were here before. In ancient Egypt, I'll do another video on this, but many other places as well. And look at this alien skull found in Africa that had traces of iridium. You find that in meteors, so that's crazy. There was beings here with higher intelligence, and they do not want you to remember that. How do you think we got the atomic bomb again? They destroyed, the Smithsonian admitted to destroying thousands of giant human-looking skeletons. And government hides when they come out with things like mermaids, which I'll do another video on, but the abductions that have clearly been happening in the hybrid program, which I'll do another video on. But just remember to keep an open mind to this and question everything, question authority especially, but love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.